Idaho has seen a surge in its population recently, and this is for many reasons, but primarily, people are looking for a decrease in the government's hand in their lives, or they are moving away from a state with higher taxes. Idaho is one of the most ambiguous states in the entire country. In fact, many people can only name one city from the state, and all they know about Idaho is that they grow a lot of potatoes. Today, we're looking to clear that up for you, and help you decide if Idaho is right for you. I'll even go over a couple good options outside of the Boise area, so stay tuned. The state's population sits just under 1.8 million residents, and people have been moving to Idaho, mostly from California, Oregon, Washington, Utah, and surprisingly from outside of the country. Residents here earn lower than average median income and do pay higher than average for their homes. The home price increases are largely related to the high demand, but in Idaho, you will have a lower than average cost of living in the state. The average effective property tax in Idaho is 30% lower than the national average, and this does help to compensate for the higher home prices. One misconception about Idaho is that the taxes are really low. The income tax rate spans just over 1% to just under 7%. Now, 7% may not seem like a high tax bracket, but it is applied to anyone who makes over $24,000, or if you're a single filer if your income exceeds around $12,000. The Idaho State Tax Commission says their business tax is just under 7%, which isn't great, and their sales tax falls somewhere between 6 to 8.5%, but most of the state's around the 6% mark. Idaho is not the cheapest state to live in, but residents can make a nice life here if you plan right and live within your means. Idaho is rated as one of the safest states in all of America. In fact, their violent crime rates in Idaho are 33% lower than the national average, and their property crime rate is 27% lower. Their crime rate is so low, it almost feels pointless to go over this topic here. As long as you don't move to Garden City, then you'll be good. Idaho is one of the least diverse states in the country, and the population is 82.5% white, 12% Hispanic, 0.6% Black, just under 1.5% Asian, 1% Native American, 0.1% Hawaiian or Pacific Islander, and 2% two or more races. While there isn't a lot of diversity in the state, there are several significant aspects that make up the culture in Idaho. Idaho is second only to Utah in the percentage of residents that are Mormon. BYU even has a campus in Idaho too. People in Idaho believe in a strong family structure that often sees people work on their business, live off the land, and homeschool their children. I know everyone homeschools now due to COVID-19, but they did it before it was cool. Homesteaders and homeschoolers don't make up all of the state population, but there is a significant portion of the state that values independence from the government. Idaho is one of the most libertarian states in all of the country, and they really value having a limited government structure here. Idaho is also a very conservative state. In fact, the 2016 presidential election saw Donald Trump earn over 59% of the vote, and Hillary Clinton gained just 27.5% of the state. If you're thinking about moving from a blue state, the residents will get quite miffed, although there is a lot of data to suggest that most of the people moving to Idaho are conservative as well. Boise itself is more politically balanced than people give it credit for, but most of the remainder of the state is very heavily conservative, and I don't believe that's going to change anytime soon. The weather in Idaho varies primarily between the northern and southern regions of the state. The northern region will receive more precipitation and less sunshine, whereas the southern portion of Idaho is primarily a desert and will receive little rain, but will still receive quite a bit of snow. The statewide averages are 197 days of sunshine, 47 inches of snow, and 18 inches of rain, with July highs averaging 85 degrees for the state of Idaho, and January lows reach about 17 degrees for the state. Again, the variance can be quite significant, but when compared to the national average, you can expect more snow, less rain, and slightly less days of sunshine. But make sure to look at the climate patterns for the precise areas you'll be considering. Entertainment in Idaho is not conventional and is much more laid back. Boise's metro area is less than 1 million people, and there is not the entertainment infrastructure equivalent to other Northwest cities like Seattle or Portland, but there are several things that people enjoy doing here. Boise itself hosts many great summer festivals, wine tastings, and niche restaurants. Don't overlook their museums, art exhibits, or their support of their Boise State football team. Outdoor activities are a commonality across the West, but Idaho has some of the most beautiful lakes, rivers, and hiking in all of the country. Do yourself a favor and check out Lake Coeur d'Alene if you don't believe me. People here enjoy rafting, hiking, boating, biking, and walking downtown or in their greenbelt. Residents enjoy the Hells Canyon Recreation Area on the western part of the state, and the world-renowned Yellowstone National Park on the east side of the state. While most of the park is in Wyoming, Idaho does share a claim to the park as well. Idaho doesn't have an amazing nightlife scene, but the people here make up for that with community activities and spending quality time in each other's company. Idaho doesn't really have any large cities, but we are going to focus on Boise, Coeur d'Alene, and Twin Falls. The southern part of the state sees much of the state's population growth, and the Boise metro area is leading the charge. They are even one of the fastest growing metros in the nation, and people love living here because of the slower pace of life while having access to some of the big city amenities like museums, airports, universities, and a larger population in general. Twin Falls and Coeur d'Alene are smaller cities that both have just over 50,000 residents. While both cities offer great outdoor sites and activities, salaries are likely to be higher in Coeur d'Alene, which is located very closely to Spokane, Washington. To me, this is the city outside of the Boise area that is likely to see the most growth. They have a great little downtown with new condos and of course Lake Coeur d'Alene. One more random note, Coeur d'Alene has a really good high school football program. Years ago they killed my high school team by 38 points, and we even made it to state that year. I know nobody cares, but I thought I would throw that out there. The area surrounding Twin Falls is still largely agriculturally based and offers that small town appeal. The southern region of the state also leads in dairy production, but this area is also one of the leading potato producers in the state. Twin Falls is centrally located between Boise and Salt Lake City and offers necessities like major grocery stores, restaurants, and medical, but you may have to drive to a larger city for some resources. In the grand scheme of things, Idaho is a great place, but it is not perfect. There are many concerns about traffic levels in Boise. The state lacks in both wages and diversity, and there is astronomical growth levels that the state is really not quite prepared to handle. This is why there is so much traffic, not enough housing, and maybe not as many good paying jobs. With all of its shortcomings, Idaho is still a quaint state with much to offer. People who are moving to Idaho are typically conservative in nature, moving from a state with higher taxes and or a higher cost of living. Most people still are moving to the Boise metro area, but depending on what you're looking for, you may enjoy checking out other areas in the state as well. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it or learned something new, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel. You may want to watch other videos from this series overviewing states, and can click the link in the description or on the end screen as well. If you have a question, have something to add, or think I got it all wrong, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Well, I hope everyone out there has a great day. Take care.